again, nice review the next day. I didn't feel too well last night after the game. Yeah, not a great performance, to be honest with you. The first half, second half, I was sort of nearly falling asleep. It's interesting. Listen, a win's a win. I was really happy with the lineup. When the lineup came out, I was quite excited for the game. I thought, yeah, listen, this is the sort of best lineup that we can put out for this game. It was fast, it was dynamic with Alvarez back and Paquetá and Kudus, Bowen, Benrahma. I thought, yeah, he's really going for it. He's going to try something different. We started really well for 20 minutes, pressed really good. Had a few really good chances with the corners, were good. Probably should have had a hat-trick in that game, the amount of headers he had. Bowen had a good header as well at one point. And after that, we had Benrahma had a couple of good chances where he was played in. There was another point where he could have played Paquetá in. It just, he was just a little bit off with his decision-making, as he always is. He's your typical winger, can be really frustrating. We defended well. It didn't really do too much at half time, 0-0. I just thought it's looking like one of them games where we're just gonna maybe not have the legs to just quite get the win, and it sort of had 0-0 written all over it for a little bit in the game. As the second half happened, the typical West Ham sort of performance where we come out really slow, look leggy, and as I say, it just sort of looked like it was going to go that way. It was going to be a 0-0 and, put more pressure on the back of Tapala game and the Freiburg game, because at the time, Freiburg were winning like 2-3-0. And I was thinking, oh, that Freiburg game could be a massive game now. Still probably will be. The goal did come though. A lovely ball from Ward-Prowse into the feet of Paquetá. They looked at it, and thankfully they give it, because it was another really good goal from Lucas, who at times looked amazing, and at other times, just frustrating. It's just what he is. That's what you get with these special players. Because they try so much. 8 times out of 10 it might not come off, but the 2 or 3 times it does come off is special. Kudus wasn't great in the game, I thought. Alvarez, did what he did. I thought one of the biggest things, and I know, a lot of people are saying it, is the referees are so bad. They're so bad. Like the Alvarez tackle, mate, like as clean as, like, beautiful tackle, and then he gives him the yellow for that, and then obviously that sort of half takes him out of the game. Such a key point of his game is obviously, winning those tackles in midfield, and the fact that they took that away from him so early on the game made it hard for him. The Kudus one was silly. He shouldn't have dissented video, although he did nothing wrong. You don't mouth off in Europe. It's just the way it is. I know, you get frustrated. We get frustrated at home with it, but he's just got to learn that, Kudus. Keep calm in that situation. They had a couple of chances. There was a really good header they had right at the end that hit the post. But apart from that, listen, we always say, cup football's cup football. I don't care how we win. It's just about winning and getting through the group, especially in the group stage. It's just about getting them points on the board. We go back top level with Freiburg. Obviously, we are ahead of them because of head-to-heads, I believe. So again, we only need a point now to get through. We're sort of more or less guaranteed second if we can get that point against Paquetá in, I think it's a couple of weeks. I don't think it's next week. But if we win, it'll be amazing, because then we'll be on 12 points. Hopefully, what would be the ideal situation is that Olympiacos could maybe do us a favour and beat Freiburg, and then more or less wrap the group up. Then we only need the point against Freiburg and we've won the group. But whatever happens, I think now is that Freiburg game is going to be a massive game, because if we were to lose to Paquetá, like worst case scenario, and they were to beat Olympiacos, they go on to a we stay on 9. What would happen is then we'd play Freiburg and we'd have to beat them, basically. We'd have to beat them, and then we'd go through on head-to-head. Even though we'd be level on points, we'd go through on head-to-head results, because that's how it works in Europe. And we don't want that situation. We want to win it by ourselves, really, and put ourselves in a position where we only need a draw against Freiburg to go through. And you know, they've got to play for the win, which could suit our game because we can sit back and beat them. But yeah, that was the game last night, guys. I'd say not the most entertaining game, not the most things to talk about either, but the fact that, you know, we're back on track. What we need to do now, though, key thing now, is to get that league form back on track, and then we can really start looking forward to it again. We sort of know now about the David Moyes situation. I'll give you a little bit of that before I go. You know, it's sort of been more or less confirmed now that he will not be renewing his contract at the end of the season. You know, we sort of knew that anyway, but to actually hear it confirmed is a bit more meat on the bones, should we say. I think there's a manager lined up. I don't know who that is, and I think what the situation is he's not available until the summer, whoever this new manager is. And yeah, and I reckon that's what people like Bowen's been told. Reason like Alvarez and Kudus have stayed. We'll wait and see. Nottingham Forest is a massive game. I'll be back with a preview tonight. Thanks for watching live. If you have, guys, if you're watching this back as a replay, just hit a like, hit some comments, and let me know who you think the man of the match was yesterday. Anyway, guys, I'm going to leave it down. That's nice and early. Till next time, come in your minds. Keep believing.